this is the tier tray kit. Okay, so it comes with 3 pieces. This is the bottom piece, the middle piece, and the top piece. You can do it a lot of different ways. However, I want to do it this way so that the rim is up, but you can do it this way if you want to make it like a cupcake tray. We'll do one of those later. So this goes in the middle, this goes on the top. Okay. These are for the bottom, so we'll put those on. These are the pieces that go in the middle. So on the bottom, this one has a screw in it, and you just screw it right into this piece that's already pre-drilled. And that just keeps the bottom layer really solid, because that's where all of the weight is going to go down to, right? It's going to go down to the bottom. And I'm going to use just wood glue, but you can use, there's other things you can use. I like, the wood glues that I like are Type Bond. So they have this quick and thick. It kind of, it dries a little bit faster. But since this is going to have some weight on it, you can put just the regular wood glue. If you're in a big hurry, you can put like Gorilla Glue. This works really well on sides if you want to tack them down really fast. Okay. So we're going to paint it. Alright. When I'm painting, I like to use these little, they're like egg trays. Y'all see? I get like a whole bunch of them at one time, and I can put like whatever I want over here and then in each one of these little things. So I have a tray out there already, and I want one that's going to match like that we did earlier in the year, and I want one to match it, and it's going to be white with a little bit of brown kind of. So I'm going to use more of the white than anything else, so I'm going to put it in the big area. I'm also going to put the glue in one of these because I find it easier. Oh, we're gonna do pink. I told you I had a plan for one of those. We're gonna do pink, just not today, because I want to do this one for the soaps that we have. Anything you want. I'm thinking it's gonna go on faster with the little sponge. So I think that's what we're gonna do. I have my little Lazy Susan here. Nothing exciting about this part. Just paint it. You can, if you have one of those little sponge rollers, you can do that too. It's fast. But I think I'm just gonna sponge it on. Okay. The only bad thing about the sponges is that they will kind of soak up the paint. But they make it easier to get it in the grooves, I think, and on the edge. See how it has this edge? So I want to make sure. And I'm not going to sand mine because I do want it to have a little bit of a rustic look. Now these are pre-sanded, but you still may need to sand it a little bit if you don't want kind of that rustic look. But there's nothing on that's going to scratch you or anything. Okay. Yeah, we went through that paint pretty quick, didn't we? Okay. I love these things, though. They're so versatile. You can make risers with them. Y'all know what risers are, right? Okay, so we got the main part done. And you can make it as thick or as thin as you want. Alright, so we'll start on the next one. And this is just apple barrel paint. let's do these little dudes. These might be a little trickier. So see how they have all the little grooves in them? So you want to make sure you get down in those grooves. That's why I like the sponge brush. If I have to do detail stuff, I want to use a paintbrush. But if I'm just like painting it, you know, one coat, I'll use this. Okay. There. Awesome. Everybody comes up with it. I'm not going to paint the top because that's the part that's going to be glued. So there's no need to paint up there. You can also take these and make like different height risers, or like this small one can be like a candle holder. We're going to be making some of those too. And lanterns. Those are the two things I'm going to work on next. I'm excited. Oh, and blanket ladders. We're going to do blanket ladders. I'm excited about those too. And kitchen tea towel ladders. I like it. There we go. Definitely gonna have to move things around so I can see what y'all are saying. Okay, there's one. Put it over there. Here's the second. I want to do this part first. Maybe I should have done the other part first. That'd be okay, either way it'll work. You could also spray paint these. I didn't say that. You can spray paint them. If you were going to spray paint them, I would suggest Rust-Oleum. That stuff is the bomb. Okay, so let's see. Yep, it's dry. So I can either go back over it. So I'm going to do a little bit more on the edge here. That's not going to affect gluing. So I'm going to do a little bit more on here. And then we're going to go back and do the little brown parts. We'll let it dry for a second, but it must be the trash people. Okay. So when we do the brown parts, we're actually going to use a chip brush. Have y'all ever used a chip brush? It's just like a, it's just like a brush that's really rough. Can you see how it's like all almost like torn up and stuff? So what you can do, oh, here it is. Like if you wanted to do, let's do chocolate. If you wanted to do a little brown on it, you just little bit there. You just get a little bit on it. And then you want to dab it on something like this tissue paper. And you want to get it pretty dry. And then once it's dry, you can streak it like that. But you want to make sure that it's dry, that it doesn't have a lot on it. Otherwise, it's going to get real chunky. See, it looks natural if it's like that. Okay, let's do this one. No, I think I did this one. Okay, so let's do this. Listen, stay still. Then I can go back to the little bit of paint I have on here and then dry that again. And then just rough brush it like that. And I can take a little bit and I can kind of go on the edge a little bit. See how pretty that looks on the edge? And you can tell when you need to get some more because you're not really going to see any. Then you just go back, get a little bit more. I like this because it's kind of like foolproof. I don't antique and stuff like that, but I can dry brush. See if you get a wet spot, how it looks like that. A little bit's okay. You just don't want a whole lot. I can kind of do the top. I don't want a whole lot. As you can see, a little bit goes a long way with this. See? Okay, this one. What are y'all eating now? See how you just kind of, I don't like to be heavy-handed with this because I don't like it to have like, you know, like a weird look. So I just do a little. Okay. One great thing is you don't have to use much paint if you do this because it's just a little. Okay. And then it'll match that one we have out in the other room. So that's kind of what we did on the other one. So then we have natural soap, and so we're putting them in the tier trays. I'm stacking them up so you can see the different soaps, and you can smell them better that way. So I want them to match. See, it's just a little bit, not a lot. All right, let's go back and do this one. Get just a little bit more. So I just get a little bit. Okay, and then I can start kind of dry brushing it on. I'm going to do it a little heavier. Okay. So if you want heavier, then you don't dab off as much. And if you want less, you dab off a lot. That way you can kind of control it. And you want something like paper or something like that to put get the excess off. My paint techniques are like the easy ones, you know, where you just like brush stuff on. All right, so now we can do these. Okay. I really kind of want to get it in these here, in these grooves here, because this is where it would really, really wear a lot, is right in those grooves, right? So I want to do a little bit more in there than I would kind of like just down the sides, like that. And then I'll just kind of brush a little bit. So it's mostly going to get on like the edges. See how it kind of gets on the edges? Because that's where it would wear. So there's one. Do the other one. And then we can assemble this thing. Right, Bella? She's psyched out. She says, whatever. See how you just kind of go in the little... See how it gets on those edges? Because that's where it's sticking out. And that's where it would kind of wear over time. That's why this technique works so well. Because it's naturally going to get the places that are going to wear anyways. This would get more wear and tear than these would. There we go. Okay. You take this piece, get this off here. Y'all like my cute little lazy Susan? I love my lazy Susan. This piece, it has a screw on it. You just push it in there. Twist it on. It will pop through the bottom a little bit. It's not enough that you have to do anything to cover it. And when you put these on, okay, then, you know, it's not going to touch anything. These, I usually put these in a bag and shake them around. But of course I forgot to bring a bag. So, just put a little glue in there. I mean a little paint in there. I don't think I want to glue them yet. I'm just kind of letting them go around in the paint. So when I do, what I normally do is put a little bit of this paint. I usually also put a tiny bit of Mod Podge on it because it makes the paint come out nice and even, and it doesn't have those little places like you get when you're just doing paint. So if you want to do those, just put like a few drops of Mod Podge and then your paint in it, and then just shake it up and it'll coat it really well. And then you can just set them off to dry. So we'll just kind of flip them out here. Let them dry for a minute. Okay. Then I'll take one of my glues. I think we'll just use the Type Bond. I think this is already open. Yeah. So what I normally do, it's my favorite brush for the glue. I like to use a paintbrush for the glue because then I don't have to worry about getting so much that it's gonna pop out. Because there's nothing worse than having it spill out the sides. It's annoying. Okay, so I'll brush it on. I do the same thing with my door hangers. I will brush on, and then I just want to get it centered. Does that look centered? Gracie, does that look centered?
No.
No. There?
Yes.
Nice. Okay, so we'll let that. Who makes freeze-dried candy? I want the freeze-dried candy. This glue that I'm using is just the Tight Bond wood glue, but if you want it to seal fairly quickly, get the Quick and Thick. I didn't really think I would need that since these are pretty heavy on their own. So I figured they would hold everything together since they're already pretty heavy. I mean, not heavy, but heavy enough that it should create a good bond. Okay. Nope, no, right there. So then I'm just, let me lift y'all up a little bit. Whoop, there. I'm just kind of making sure that it looks like these are even, which they look even. Okay, well I know you heard that.
Yeah, no, I heard that. The door.
Sometimes they get kind of rambunctious over there. There we go. So you definitely want enough glue that it's going to hold, but you don't want so much that it's going to spill out. There we go. Okay. And then put this on. It doesn't. Maybe there? Does that look right? What do you think, Gracie? That way?
Yeah, it's a little tilted.
Like that. Well, some of it is because
Yeah.
this thing, but I wonder if we did it this way. That might help it to glue a little better.
Yeah.
Did that move? Nope, it's on there.
Well,
It's on there. I think it's okay. All right, so I'm gonna let it sit like this for a minute while it dries. So what you'll do with these, right, is you'll get paint on them. Yeah, you want a pretty good amount. And then you're just gonna put them like right on the base. These I might need to do. So we're gonna see if we can make that work. I'm just gonna dip them in. I might have to find a toothpick, I think. Maybe about here. There. Buddy, oh, there it is. So all these do is kind of set it up off the table so this doesn't scratch anything. There. Now you just have to let everything dry. There we go. Oh. Yeah, it's because the thing came off. Awesome! Here, let me tap